Dr. Andrew Menego here at Pain and Movement Solutions out of Belfouche, South Dakota. So what we're doing this year is we're going to be posting a weekly video talking about a certain aspect of the body, and we're going to be changing up the topics every month. So this month of January, we're talking about shoulder joint health. So today I'm going to show you 3 simple exercises that you can do at home to improve thoracic mobility, or that mid section of the spine that plays an important role in shoulder health. So what I'm going to show you first is an exercise working on thoracic extension. So a lot of us work desk jobs, a lot of us sit a lot throughout the day, and we have poor postures. We get into these slouchy positions where we're kind of here in this flexed position. And what we're doing is we're basically cramming that shoulder joint. So when we're doing exercises that allow overhead pressing or reaching into a covered overhead at home, what we're doing is we're pinching that shoulder joint if we're not in a good position or maintaining good extension through that thoracic spine. So if I'm in a poor position, I'm hunched over here, I'm only getting my arm up. That's kind of my end range of motion is right here. Now if we get that improved thoracic extension, you can see how much higher I might get my shoulder. I'm not going to cram those tissues in that shoulder joint. So first exercise I'm going to show you guys is using a foam roller. And with the foam roller, what we're doing is we're going to be extending over the back of it, laying on the back, kind of right between the shoulder blades. Now, a lot of things you'll see with this exercise at the gym or with other people is people are just basically extending back over it, kind of excessively. Now, what I want you to focus on is keeping that rib cage down, keeping the tummy tight, arms over, and using your head as kind of a lever to get that extension through the spine. So extending back through the head, working your way up and down the segments of that mid-back, using your head and not your lumbar lower back. Next exercise, so with the extension on the foam roll, I would say do that for maybe a minute or 2. All right, next exercise is you're going to be doing a cat-camel exercise where your hands are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips, and you're going to imagine that there's a string attached to that mid-back pulling up on your back. You're going to arch your back up nice and high, hold for maybe a second or 2, and then imagine just dropping your chest straight down towards the ground, keeping those arms straight. Again, what you'll see with this exercise is people are kind of cramming up their neck like this as they're doing the exercise. I want you to keep your head in a neutral position, looking straight down towards the floor as you're doing that. So with this exercise, do about 10 repetitions of that. And then the last exercise for good thoracic mobility is you're going to be working on some rotation. So you're going to keep your knees together. You're going to have about a 90-degree angle from your trunk down through your thighs. What you'll do, clapping your hands out in front of you, what I want you to do is rotate, keeping the arms straight. Watch that top hand with your eyes. And the goal of this exercise is to keep the knees on the ground and to try to touch that top shoulder blade to the ground as well. Again, doing about 10 repetitions with this exercise, flipping over, hitting both sides. That's it for this week's episode. Tune in next week for, we're going to be talking about the biomechanics of the shoulder in the push-up and bench press and how to save your shoulders with that exercise. See you guys.